Yeah.
I guess that's a huge point too. Now that I say that, is I feel like a lot of times we have a bad day, like you get off your diet, exercise plan, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden you just give up. And it's like, well, just because you have one day isn't a reason to throw in the towel, because we're all going to have those days where something comes up or whatever happens, or we talk ourselves out of it or whatever. But, you just got to start out the next day and just do what you're supposed to do the next day.
Yeah.
And that's really all there is to it. And I mean, it's so simple. It's not easy. I'm not trying to say it's easy, but it really is that simple.
Yeah. So almost like we need to create this space for ourselves to say, like, sometimes we're going to get it wrong. And if we do, it's okay. We don't need to like beat ourselves up and just say, right, I'm not even going to bother with this anymore. It's like, all right, today was not a great success. Try and figure out why, and then do it again tomorrow. Like, just keep at it like that. Or
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think you made a good point too, is not to beat yourself up over it, because what good is that going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, we all do it. I do with that. I'm not not saying you're trying to say that I don't do that, because I do, but what good does it do? It doesn't do any good. So what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if you can work on not beating yourself up over it and just figure out, okay, well, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what's your exercise routine normally?
Well, it's changed a bit. Like I said, it has changed over the years, but I can't do, for health reasons I won't get into, I can't do the exercises that I like to do right now. But what I really love is, it's this couple, and their YouTube channel is called HasFit. And obviously we're not getting paid to promote them or anything, put that out there. But I highly recommend them for a few reasons. But my favorite exercise to do right now is the high intensity interval training, or HIIT workouts. And there's specific ones that are called Tabata, which is where you do like 20 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of rest, 20 seconds of exercise, and you go back to back like that. And anyways, so those are my favorite. But the reason I really love HasFit is because they have like so many different, any kind of exercise you can think of, they have it on their site or on their YouTube channel. And they give you options. Like typically the wife will do the easier version of the exercise and the husband does a harder version. But they give you all kinds of options. Like, okay, if this doesn't work for you, do this instead. And they really focus on you customizing the workout so that it works for you and your fitness level and what you can do at the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was a long answer to your question, but I think
that's really good.
I think the point is that you want to, like I just ended that answer with, is find something that works for you and find something that you can tailor to yourself. And it's not just like so strict, like you have to do these exercises on these days and for this amount of time, because that's just so unrealistic to think you're going to be able to stick with something like that. So if you can find something, yeah. So I've definitely, if someone's looking, go find HasFit. They're great. And I've been liking yoga a lot lately. Yoga's been a newer thing for me, but I've really been enjoying that. And it's a lot harder than I thought it was. And we talked with Lydia about that, but.
So what, like, are you just doing online classes or are you watching online videos for yoga?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's one in particular I watch, Yoga with Adriene is the one that I do. And again, I don't know, I think yoga in itself is more supposed to be a personal experience and you kind of tailor it to yourself, but she's just again, she gives you many options of things to do, and she's just very down to earth and goofy, and I don't know. She always has her dog in the background, and I don't know. She just seems like she's not intimidating. You know, you just feel very comfortable, even though you're not face to face with her, but she just makes you feel comfortable in doing something maybe you're not comfortable with. So that's what I appreciate about her. But
you know what I like about both those things, with the HasFit and the yoga instructor, like the common thing there is they're not intimidating people. They
No.
make it customizable for everyone, because that
Mhm.
is the truth. Is there's so many like exercise regimes or yoga programs or whatever that are like, you need to be the most super amazing person in the world and do this, and if you can't hit this standard, you're no good.
Yeah.
And then you just give up because you just feel like crap. So, and I think Lydia said that too, right? Which
Yeah.
was just try what works for you.
Yeah,
Take
and
that
keep
pressure off yourself.
experimenting and yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's a really important message.
well, and even to add on to that too is a lot of these workout videos, because I've done other videos in the past, and but usually the instructor on the video is usually like a super fit person that's like, uh-oh.
Sorry,
What was
something
that?
like fell on my head. Sorry about that.
But they're usually like the super fit person who is like scantily clothed, and then there's all these super fit people behind them, and it's just so unrealistic, and it's like probably cut, like they probably didn't even actually do the whole workout, like they probably, you know what I mean, like it was clipped together. And so that's what I really appreciate about HasFit or whoever else. I mean, they're real people. And even though like Coach
Yes.
Kozak is the guy's name, I've seen him with his shirt off. He is like super, super in shape, but you would never know it. I mean, he's just on the video, he's just a normal guy. He doesn't take his shirt off on the videos. So, I mean, he's just a normal guy, and he doesn't try to act like, like you need to look like him or, or make you feel
Yeah.
like that's what you need to look like. And so, yeah, that helps a lot.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's, a really good point, because I think you can be quite easily turned off by that stuff. It's the
Yeah.
same as when you go to the gym,
Mhm.
I can remember these times you'd have these people come in, like these girls in their activewear, and then
Yeah.
their boyfriends would come in, and they were just like so ripped and defined and stuff. And, it was quite funny because half the time they would just walk around the gym. And I was kind of like, I feel like going, are you actually work out today, or are you just totally here for
Right.
people to check you out? And you would check them out, which is distracting as well to your gym routine. You're kind of like, no, I don't need to see you like, do what you're doing right now.
Like, I need to get out of here.
Exactly. But, but then also you like, it can be a little bit confronting because, like, here I am on the treadmill or something, like wheezing and like sweating and looking really gross.
Right.
Whereas these other people, I feel like, they've never sweat in their lives, and they don't run out of breath or energy. Like they're, these superhuman,
Right.
so just do it in a setting that makes you comfortable.
Yes.
And work your way up to being with the people who, just go to the gym just to look good, I guess.
Yeah. But I think that's maybe, as we're getting long on time here. So as we kind of wrap it up here, maybe that's our message, is that find what works for you.
Yeah.
And what works for your lifestyle, and something that's going to be sustainable. Because anytime, and that's what we really need, because anytime you try like a fad diet or a fad workout routine or whatever, you're not going to stick with it. There's no way. It's just not going to happen long term. Short term, you might get some great short term results, but you're not going to stick with it long term. And obviously that's what we want. It's something that we're going to be able to stick with long term.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah. So what are your concluding thoughts about wellness?
Well, I just think don't put pressure on yourself. So I think just think of wellness as like those 3 buckets I mentioned. So vitality, contribution, and connection.
Yeah, that's huge.
Almost have like a toolkit. So, to Amanda's point earlier, your life will change. You're not going to be able to always do the exact same thing that you did before, but that's okay. Just have a bunch of things that you could draw upon at the appropriate time. If you have a rough day where you don't meet all your goals, you have a bad diet, or you don't go for a walk, or you don't do yoga, or whatever it is, that's okay. Just realize that you can just try again tomorrow. So overall, I think it's just customize wellness to what works for you. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry if you have a day that doesn't work out, because otherwise you'll kind of create a paradox in a way. You won't be well because you're worrying about being well. You know, so don't
No,
do that.
exactly right. Yes. Agreed. All right.
So, yeah, I suppose we'll go to the non-optional questions.
Yeah, we can do that. So I have 3 of them here. So usually, if you've watched the show or heard the show before, we usually ask non-optional questions of our guests if we have a guest, but if we don't have a guest, then we ask them of the audience. So just some things to take away from the episode and think about when you leave the episode here today. So the first question to think about is, what does wellness mean to you? The second question to think about is, what do you have to gain from focusing on your wellness, or what's your why for wanting to be well? And then third, what's one action that you can take tomorrow to start a new wellness routine? And again, I would say just keep it to one action to start with, get some momentum going, and go from there. And there's my cat.
I love it. Perfect timing. Yeah.
That's
Your
Lainey.
cat looks really well. Like
she's well. She's been in my videos before. It's not her first appearance. She likes to hop up there. I didn't even know she was down here, but there we go. So on
That's
that
such
note,
a good place to end on, right? I love that.
I know. So with that being said, here she comes again. She's just gonna be back there. Hello. She's making her debut. Suddenly is not an option. Okay, so anyways, to wrap it up, I would just put in one more plug to check us out on our YouTube channel, and to check us out on our podcast is on Podbean, Spotify, and Amazon Music now. And as Adam said too, we do have an email that you can reach us at, which is cheerstonotsettling@gmail.com. Of course, we would love it if you could give us just $1 to help us, help us get some equipment, get Adam some lighting over there or something. Maybe get me a door so that the cat doesn't show up in the background. But no.
You wouldn't see any animals that I've got here.
But no, we would definitely appreciate anything that you would be so willing to give. And on that note, I think we will say cheers to not settling.
Cheers to not settling.
All right, take care.
Bye.